Good morning, 8th grade. So yesterday tried the Google Hangouts, didn't quite work as well as I hoped. I don't think we all knew when to be on together. I'm willing to give it another try, but we kind of need to figure out that communication thing. So just in case, I want a quick video again. I'm going to give you a little talk about conclusions, one more example, but the focus for today really should be starting to type your essay. A reminder, there will be a quiz on Flowers for Algernon tomorrow, Thursday, and then the essay itself is due Friday. Friday will begin some background information for To Kill a Mockingbird. I was able to go to school, pick up copies of To Kill a Mockingbird. I will have a PDF version online for each chapter as we go so that you will have some kind of access to it. If you live reasonably close to the school and you want to either figure out a way we can meet up somewhere or have me drop it off, then just make sure you let me know that and I will get you a copy of To Kill a Mockingbird. Essays, couple things for today. So I will have posted, would be considered, I believe, worksheet 44. And this is talking about conclusion examples. So we focused a little bit on intro, body, now taking a look at the conclusion. So remember, there should be 5 to 8 sentences, and make sure it is either a good summary of all that you've proved so far, offer some kind of new insights, some kind of analysis where you figured out something profound. Okay? Doing your best with that. Let's take a look at these examples and see why these may not be good examples of conclusions. Okay, for the first one, all throughout the story, Charlie's behavior and attitude changed rapidly. He never became equal like he wanted to. Even though he wasn't equal, he did his best to keep his head up. He never got discouraged, though. Charlie is a good reminder for us to never get down on ourselves. So a couple things. One, we have a lot of repetition of equal, okay? We talk about Charlie's a good reminder for us to never get down on ourselves. Remember, formal writing, please. Okay, so it's not a great conclusion. It's kind of choppy and very repetitive. Taking a look at the next one. At the end of the story, Charlie writes that he's leaving so that nobody feels guilty for what happened to him. But nothing is written after that. Maybe he got an apartment home or something and lived as good a life as he could. Whatever was left of it at that point anyway. All that can be said is that through the entire story, the relationship between Charlie and his coworkers was never equal, but it did turn out at the end. Well, really quick, did it turn out at the end? No, he left. The relationship didn't go anywhere. So it's not really accurate. It's off topic, generally speaking. If they're trying to prove the fact that it's all about the relationship, why are you trying to imagine maybe he went off and lived a life and that's not on topic. Make sure you're very focused on your conclusion. Okay, even though Charlie's relationships never stayed the same, it ended well. He had some really good friends in the end. Charlie could also tell they were his true friends. Things might not have ended the best with Charlie's operation, but it went on well with his friends. Again, we kind of have very brief, we have very repetitive, and it went on well with his friends. Oh, his friends had a great old life, even though he's most likely dead. Okay, hopefully that should kind of jump out at you as this is not a good conclusion. Last but not least, Charlie's experience with the operation had a big impact on his life, especially with his friendships. Before the operations, his friends used him as a joke, as if he wasn't there. When his friends started realizing that he was getting smarter and understood what they were saying, they banished him from their presence. However, when Charlie needed friends the most, they finally stood up and were there for him. The operation for Charlie changed his life forever. Okay, so on this one, the fact that it's focused on Charlie and the coworkers was better. Okay, it's again summarizing what they've talked about. And then it's ending with a strong statement that's tying it all up for everyone. The operation for Charlie changed his life forever. And it did. That's a great conclusion. So that's more what I'm hoping to see. One more example of an essay. This was on a different topic than many of you have chosen, but hopefully this will give you another example. Again, the examples I'm not posting online, but hopefully you can hear what a good one sounds like. You have probably never heard the phrase rags to riches and back again. No, you, even in quotes. However, in the short story Flowers for Algernon, this could not be more true for the main character, Charlie Gordon. Charlie is a man of extremely low intelligence who has been selected to receive an experimental surgery designed to triple IQ. The experiment has only been tested on animals, and Charlie meets one of them, a mouse named Algernon, who becomes good friends with him later. Later in the story, however, Algernon begins acting weird, and Charlie soon notices the surgery's effects will not be permanent. Both he and Algernon's brains will soon begin deteriorating. This deterioration will change them drastically and perhaps leave them worse off than before the surgery. Although Charlie was altered in many ways due to the surgery, some of his personality traits remained the same. There we have our thesis. The first trait that remains constant in Charlie is determination. First, he wants to succeed no matter how hard he has to try for it. On the Rorschach test, after he fails, Charlie asks for a second chance. I said, please let me try again. I'll get it in a few minutes because I'm not so fast sometimes. He really wants to pass this test and will try a second or third time to do so. Next, he wants to use his intelligence for the benefit of the experiment and is set on getting it out to the world. When he learns that his brain will soon be deteriorating, he works without sleep to publish a report on the effects of the surgery before he loses his intelligence. Lastly, he still has a desire to learn after he loses everything and is willing to work hard in order to do so. When he leaves New York and everything behind, he takes a few books with them and wants to try to learn to read again. Charlie always works hard throughout. Charlie never loses his sense of distrust. He often believes that people who he does not consider friends will lie to him. In the beginning, he's very suspicious of the man who gives him the Rorschach test. Next, as he begins to realize his coworkers just like him for entertainment, he loses trust in them. One night when they got him drunk, they tripped him when he tries to dance. He finally realizes they are making fun of him. It's a funny thing, I never knew that Joe and Frank and the others like to have me around all the time to make fun of me. We have period, no period there, quote, the numbers, and then the period. He doesn't trust his friends anymore once he realizes they are not his friends. After the surgery's effects wear off, he still does not think that even a doctor wants to help him. He drives out the special doctor that Mrs. Flynn brings in after the doctor tries to be nice to him. Charlie's lack of trust is apparent throughout the story. However, the next trait is even more so. Charlie is always kind and can sympathize with people throughout the book. First, he shows compassion even to mice. He wants to feed Algernon after losing to him, and he does not think it right for him to have to solve a puzzle to eat. Also, he can empathize with people because he has been in the same place as they. When he sees the boy being laughed at in the restaurant, he feels badly for him and stops teasing him with everybody. But today, in looking at that boy for the first time, I saw what I had been. I was just like him. Okay, we have then quotation mark, parentheses 205, parentheses, period. Okay. Charlie realized what he had been and was mad at the people teasing. Lastly, he does not get mad at people and leaves a kind farewell to everyone. Charlie does not hold grudges against Dr. Niemer and Dr. Strauss, even though they ruined his life. Kindness is Charlie's most important trait. Charlie always stays the same core person. He always has a sense of determination and hard work that shines through with intelligence or without. He's never trusting of people he doesn't consider his friends and often is suspicious of them. Most importantly, Charlie is always kind and is able to relate to people no matter what the situation. The surgery, although changing Charlie in many ways, could not change who Charlie really was. So notice a nice concluding statement, a really good, powerful summary of what had been said before. That's what I'm looking for. Now, since many of you choose not to view these videos, even though I'm making them for your benefit and I'm trying really hard to help you with these essays, I'm going to offer extra credit for today only, okay? If you email me the phrase blonde Americano, this would be the kind of coffee that I get at Starbucks, blonde Americano. So it's espresso and they fill it up with hot water to dilute it a little bit. Okay, there's nothing added to it sugar-wise, so I can have a blonde Americano. email me the phrase blonde Americano and you get extra credit because you made it through 10 minutes of video that your classmates didn't. Congratulations!